We got PO-ops, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
Damn.
And it's 12:30, and guess what? It looks like we don't have any audio issues at the beginning of today's show. What are the odds?
That's pretty incredible. I don't
Much
know.
better at Cash Bud.
It throws me for a loop, though. I'm always just ready for those, you know. It is 10:30. I think we can kick off the show. So we're super happy to be here, Token Smart fam. Thank you guys for being here with us. We're gonna have a great show. A lot of exciting stuff happening. We're getting, you know, a lot. The team has been working really hard. We're getting a lot of cool stuff going, and I want to tease a little something to you. Next week, we're gonna have a really, really fun event here in Token Smart for you guys. We've got this crazy cool idea for this like community creative collab, and it will actually wind up being minted. And the people that are involved and participate are gonna get some cool rewards, maybe even some kind of physical swag. So you're gonna wanna sign up. We are gonna be dropping a sign up sheet and we'll drop it here, and then we'll get it over also in the event links. So that's gonna be next week. You're gonna wanna be like following the Twitter, paying attention. Let me go grab and drop that Twitter link for you guys. So yeah, definitely just heads up, super fun, crazy cool community collab going down next week right here. And then, I mean, we've got more news. So I just wanted to drop that one on you guys. We'll get the form in there pretty quick here. And I'm actually popping over to grab the Twitter to share that with you guys. Make sure you're able to follow.
Yeah, folks, that's not all we're going to be dropping today. I want to start today's show off with a little shout out to my great friends over at the Crypto Rider magazine. What they've done is they have provided us with a Finny coin to provide to someone in the audience. So more to come on that towards the end of this show. But the thing is that somebody from the audience today is going to be walking away with a Finny coin worth $200 to $300. So it's really going to be incredible. We're going to see just a massive, and just so everybody knows, Crypto Rider is a really incredible magazine. These are folks that I've been working with since about last August. When I was writing all the time, I wrote an article that showed up in the startup, and they reached out to me. It was over on Medium. And so they offered me the opportunity to come in and help them write some articles, and I did, and it went really well, and we made really good friends, and now everything that WIPP is doing is something that we could partner with Crypto Rider on, and so we're so excited to start getting them involved with what we're up to, and we just want to send them a major shout out to Sean and Kenny and B-Dub and everybody else, NFT Joe over at Crypto Rider. Go scope them out. These articles are incredible. The Finny project is incredible. I just can't say enough kind words about those folks.
Total OGs and very knowledgeable in the space. OGs, awesome people, awesome articles. So check it out. That link will also be in event links. And we have actually with us today the one and only, the infamous Erick Stow. So this is gonna be a damn good one. Woot.
What's up?
Those are the happy sounds of Erick Stow getting ready to jump on the mic right there.
I'm so pumped to be here. Oh man, like I'm just so humbled to be in the position of being in front of people and talk about my book. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thanks for writing it.
This is my beautiful Moog keyboard app. Like it's a mini Moog, and I love to mess with the frequencies, and like sometimes if I'm like, you know, feeling down or something, I'll just jam out by myself for hours and oscillate the frequencies and make my own noises and just make a song until it's all out there. Yeah, I'm putting my Twitter in the chat right now. Let me give you guys a link so you don't have to like copy and paste. I did not
Yeah, and
have
I just also dropped the Happyman OpenSea link. So you can also check it out there. You can pick one up if you want. Pretty awesome that it's on Matic, so you don't have to spend any gas on that. And an amazing you know, journey. So yes, do grab it. Do follow Erick. You definitely want to do that. All these links will also be in the event links channel. So, you know, if you're like in the car or whatever, you're busy and you're listening in, you won't have to scroll through the chat. You can always go and check event links and be able to follow all these things and grab the forms and fill them out and all that good stuff.
I think we got. Sorry. Oh, verse 7 all over you. I was saying.
Let's shout out to Polygon. They're another partner of WIPP Publishing, and so, I mean, thank you, Polygon, for helping us make the NFTs cost less money.
We love Matic, Polygon.
And
I also want to shout out Mr. Stow here. Erick is our special guest today, and his book has recently been chosen to be the first book that we do at the WIPP Publishing Book Club. So if you like to read, there's actually not even a cost involved right now. You can read the book for free, and we're going to be doing it as a group next month. So please come to the WIPP Publishing Discord server and get involved in our community. We're going to be doing this with lots of different books over the next couple of months, and we're extraordinarily excited about it.
Yeah, and you can have input on what books we actually choose to feature in the club.
Not only that, but you can tell us what you think about them. And we'll have the authors come in and talk with you a little bit towards the end of the read and kind of help maybe unpack it a little bit if the authors are willing. So some of the authors are kind of shy. I mean, you know, we're writers, you know, we're not necessarily all radio personalities who want to come out and be super public facing and everything like that. But on that note, I actually do have just a little bit more news. I'm just kidding. It's a lot more news. It's amazing. We've been supported incredibly by like our really strong development team in David Noya and Robbie Pollock. And I just want to shout out those guys. This is my final shout out for a little bit. Just kidding. But David and Robbie have been building something incredible. So I'm not going to say exactly what we're doing, but something very, very extraordinary is actually going to happen on July the 1st. So mark your calendars. And I'm just kidding. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're doing. We're looking for beta testers for the new WIPP Publishing platform. That's right, folks.
Damn.
You're able to come in and mint your NFT book. We're working on it. We're going to get it tested up. We're going to get it going. We can't wait to get some community help with that and just get all you guys in there and see what your thoughts are, especially the writers among us. But pretty much, you know, anybody can be involved. And we wanted to offer this to the Token Smart community first because this is like our family here. You know, we've been here. Easy and I and Robbie are all people that met on the Simp platform back in the day. And we've all been active in Token Smart since before WIPP was even really a thing. So this is kind of like, this is like our home field. And pretty much anytime we have anything special, like you guys are going to be like our first pick to you know, start hooking up with it. So.
Hey, Dylan, are there any rewards or anything for beta testers?
No.
What? I thought we had these really cool things lined up that we were announcing in the show today.
Yeah, man. Let's go for it. Let's do the show.
Let's do the show.
So ever since I got involved with LibreNet, and LibreNet became WIPP, I've been drawing these stupid little creatures. And I say stupid in the warmest way, because they've become kind of like a part of our brand, and they're called rare fauna. And we're going to give you in this show a sneak peek into my world of rare fauna. These are going to be toppings on the pizza Dow. If anyone's familiar with that.
Oh yeah.
Pizza Dow. Woo! Another shout out to Stacks.
Now, I just want to interject something for a quick second here. If you do not have a wax wallet, I would suggest you go make one like now during the show before the end of the show. That's it. We actually have a form. We even have a form that we'll be dropping, so you can put your wax address in, and we'll drop that a little bit here. And Lindsay just dropped a link where you can go and make your wax wallet.
Does anyone want to see a copy of the unreleased #1 rare fauna card?
Nah.
I imagine, yes.
Just kidding. Put it in there. Come on, of course we do.
Building the suspense. Oh my, wow.
Whoa, wait a second. What is that? That's incredible.
I did this in 2018 with my time travel skills so that rare fauna can show up here today.
Incredible.
It's going to be dumb and awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, fun dumb, not mean dumb, right?
Right.
Like fun dumb, like fun dumb cum.
Yes. Fun dumb soon come.
That fun dumb cum, thy will be done.
I just want to say I'm dropping this Airtable link, and basically this is a link to a form that just collects a wax address. But what we're doing here is we are pumping out this form. We're putting it in the chat. We want you guys to come and put your wax address in here so we can send you a little special something after today's show is concluded.
And if you don't have a wax address, quickly check in event links, and all these links are there, including the link to go and create your wax addy. And I would love to just turn over the floor some to Erick so he can share about his amazing book or talk about the rare faunas as well. So much exciting stuff that he's doing.
Awesome.
Man, I'm still going to try to mycog a little bit because I've also written a book about happiness, and I'm really excited to talk to Erick about happiness. I know Jimmy is too. So I'll step back for a minute too, and just let you guys kind of take it for a minute. But I promise I'm not going to be silent the rest of the show.
Well, it would be awesome to say something, but what I want is the audience to do something with me. So I've got these really mellow keys, my hyperdimensional hoverboard right here, and the first thing I want everyone to do in this key to happiness is we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. It's just foundational for everything. So we're going to pause the show. And there's variance on this. Right away, I just feel so much better. Just so much better to attack my day. Um, I like I went through this period where I was trading art for everything, and I had stage fright. I talked to this acting coach, and he taught me a posture using these 3 deep breaths. If you put the top of your tongue at the roof of your mouth and the tip of your tongue at the back of your teeth, and then you focus on your peripherals. So you put your fingers out to the side as far as they can go, and you kind of wiggle your fingers so you can see them out of your peripheral vision, and with your tongue in this posture, because it's a thinking posture. This is the posture that our tongue takes when we're thinking. Just like when we say I don't know and we raise our hands, like that's the I don't know posture. Um so
Very interesting. I didn't know about the arms out and the peripheral vision. Now, I knew about putting the tip of your tongue at the roof of your mouth because that kind of connects an energy flow. I usually, while I'm deep breathing in, I visualize like a white light filling, coming in, going down from like, down my throat, around kind of the sacrum, up the back. And then as I breathe out, that would be like the darker energy coming out, and you're able to kind of keep that connection going. But that's really cool to hear about extending the arms and having your fingers in the peripheral.
yeah, what that does is when you extend to the peripheral vision, it takes you out of tunnel vision. So often we're in our screens and we're in our books and we're in these conversations. We just have all day, every day for survival, we have tunnel vision. And so when we get into a situation where we have to look at a ton of people in these situations, like live broadcasting, we're still in tunnel vision. And the vision is to unify together. Like we used to, like our forefathers or our, the boomers and stuff, they had church, they had each other for their seances. We have the internet, we're holding digital hands now. And so thanks, Lindsay. If we can take advantage of this, we're going to be a really big power to undo some of the greed and some of the just shocking things that uh, have happened. We're not going to change the course of human history, but we could. We're going to make it better for every generation, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah, this is all stuff that I learned while I was writing Happyman. 'Cause I'm not always writing, right? I'll put something in a picture and then I'll go and do something. And these spaces in between, they brought to light a lot of the issues that I've been having that were making me unhappy. And the lighting up of the chakras, the deep breathing. I would do moments. I had a breath coach where we would do like an hour of deep breathing, and it was just life changing. Um, and uh, to be frank, we were doing psychedelics too. Let's add
Nothing
some
helps
levity
them.
to the show. I'm definitely not saying go do some psychedelics. If you might be in that point in your life, make sure you do it in a safe way. I found that the party atmosphere it's great for it, but there are so much deeper ways to find your inner vision and do that in a safe way.
Absolutely. And the breathing can be huge too. I mean, not to take away from that. I know that, you know, you were talking about these experiences that were involved together, but deep breathing can really do some amazing stuff. I've done a couple long sessions too, and I wish I did it more often because it's so grounding and like so just healthy for your mind and your body. That oxygen, you know, we need it, and we often don't breathe as deeply as we should be on the regular. So taking a little time and focusing on breathing is a really great thing to do.
And it also helps you with your tantric sex.
Hell
Boom.
yeah. Who's that?
Important stuff.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right to me. I used to love doing some meditation. I haven't been doing it as much as I should. I got to start back up, but I'm feeling so guilty about my breathing.
It's yeah, just do it. Yeah.
There's an old Zen proverb. If you everyone should meditate for 15 minutes a day, unless you don't have time, in which case meditate for a full hour.
Exactly. That is incredible. And I'll share something with you guys too. Every day, well, except in like the dark of winter when it's like super wet and cold or frozen, pretty much every day I start my day, and I'm doing it right now again. I go outside and I'm barefoot and I stand on the ground and I'm in the garden, and usually I'm watering the plants and stuff, but I'll be barefoot while I do that. And so I really do feel better on days when I do this and I'm standing on the raw ground and I'm thinking about, you know, enjoying being outside, and I'm breathing, you know, pretty deeply, and I'm just like, I'm focusing. And this is before I start getting on the phone for all my meetings and stuff, or shows, and it makes a big difference. I do notice on the days where I do that, I have a better day. I don't kind of burn out as much versus when I don't do that. I've definitely noticed the difference because some days it's just too busy, or you get up a little late and you're straight on the phone, and then you're on, you know, internet all day. So I just wanted to share that as well.
Yeah, I love the connection you just made between happiness and having good days too. I did a poem about that in Bring Back Satire, so that resonates with me, and I kind of want to pass that on to. What do you think, bud?
You cut out when it said pass it on to that. So I'm just gonna assume you said Eric.
Oh yeah, I did.
Awesome. What I think about it is that happiness is a practice, and
Boom!
like anything, it's a practice. It's a doing word. So if you want to be happier, you're gonna change your practices. And I wanted to point out, so many people don't know this, that there's a difference between joy and ecstasy. Joy comes from commitment, and ecstasy comes from stimulation. So like right now, we're getting ecstatic with each other, but in the long term, we're committed to our community, which brings us joy and ecstasy right now.
Tips for the city. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the chat and probably like was taught of it, but that is a huge point, that putting your, like, not just being like, oh well, I want to be happy but I'm bummed out. Putting your focus like to the front of your mind on happiness, especially when you're in one of those like harder down days, it takes some effort. Like, But if you do that, and like you're saying, like Eric is saying, it's something that you have to practice at, that you might have to change a few things in your routine to improve your happiness level. So, you know, that might be like a bad habit, or it might just be like getting outside a little more, taking a walk in the park. If you live in a city and you don't have a yard where you have, you know, a nice garden where you're growing your tomatoes or whatever, maybe it's going to take a little more effort, and you're going to have to go, like, you know, ride your bike or walk or jump on a bus for 10 minutes till you get to like your favorite park in your city. And then you go find your special spot where you can just like kind of have your own zone, and a tree that like you really stands out to you, or something that you can sit under. So, you know, not everybody lives in a rural area. I know myself, I know Eric does as well. We're lucky to have nature right at our finger and toe tips. But if you live in a, you know, more urban or city area, you might have to do a little exploring, but I'm sure it's going to pay off. If you find a spot you really like that's, you know, out at the park or something, it's a little bit of work, but it will make a difference.
You get back what you put out in the world.
No doubt. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I keep having something. I'm about to say something, and then I keep forgetting what I'm going to say.
While it jumps
So-
back into
Let's
your
not
mind,
forget.
I missed the very end of that, but it was very interesting. I don't know, my Discord's been a little buggy the last few days. I think we are somewhat trained through the media to feel like, or, you know, maybe it's not just the media, but it's like there's this feeling out there where you almost are trained to feel like you have to struggle. And there's the whole struggling artist thing that's even like heavier. And that is not true. That's just a false ideal that's been put out there. And we don't have to. We don't have to like suffer every day to make good art. You don't have to suffer every day to then one day be successful in your job. Like if you're suffering at your job, let's look at another job. Let's look at a scenario where you're happier in your everyday life. So maybe like this is a great opportunity to launch that project you've always dreamed of. Go into like half-time crypto and then work towards full-time crypto. Start writing, start doing art, making NFTs, making music, rapping, whatever it is. Like if you've got a passion, I can't like plead with you enough to follow that, because I went through some tough times in the last few years, and I decided I was going to invest in myself and try and do what I wanted to do versus just getting by. And it's been a long road, but it feels like it's finally getting there. And it's like, it feels amazing to be able to basically be working, doing the things that I love, being with you all, emceeing metaverse rap battles, you know, getting literature onto the blockchain, you know, just doing these activities that I actually enjoy and working towards making that a career instead of just like having my regular job, which I still do on the side. And, you know, it's like, and I didn't hate that or anything, but it wasn't super fulfilling the way that I wanted to be fulfilled. So I really think that it's a conscious decision, and sometimes it takes making sacrifices to then be on that road to happiness and work towards that.
Man, that is so profound, Easy. Like I mean, it's so wild. I have had similar experiences to what you're describing, and I think a lot of people probably have who feel happy now. But what's even more incredible is I believe the book Happyman actually walks the reader through this process in like just the most incredible way. There's like this this artistic journey of like self-discovery and self-creation. And I don't know, man. I feel like it deeply resonates with my own personal experience, but also with the experience that I've had in the study of happiness at the philosophical. And so I just want to say kudos to you, Eric, creating something that doesn't just tell the reader, but shows the reader about the concept that's at stake here, about this happiness. I mean, I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on this front here.
The objective of this book was to start where everyone starts, which is at a point of, to put it frank, like sucking. Like this is like my artistic journey summed up, is that like, and what I'm gonna do for everyone is I'm gonna give you a sneak peek into the book, if you guys want to jump into screen so that you can read a little bit along with me, and I can show you where I'm coming from, because this is a book that you want to read over and over again, and it's certainly designed to be that way. There's so much hidden stuff in this book. There's just, you won't, it's like the Matrix. You won't see it the first time. You'll see it, you won't see it the second time. And it might be like 3 or 4 times before, like, oh man, I never saw this before. There's just Easter eggs all over the book. So follow me into Happyman. So this is the drop from today. This is called Breakthrough. When I was microdosing on mushrooms, it wasn't just the mushrooms. I was switching from being a mastered analog artist after 15 years of trying to digital, and everything was light, and it felt like this. I was entering this void, and or going through this void, and becoming part of this bigger brain, which is the planet. I was, you know, even though there's a lot of ego in Happyman, I became one with everything. It was an enlightening feeling, and all I could do is dance. I think that's the dancing is when we feel the lightest. That's, 'cause it has to be. So I was at my second residence, and they brought me back because I was just failing at life in Montreal. So they offered to bring me back out here to the country, where I could chill. And I'm sitting in bed, and this is what I drew. I drew this guy looking at himself and running towards himself, and like the closer he got, the further away the guy was, because it's like meeting yourself in time. It's a paradox. And then asking kind of like, am I dreaming? And the idea between dreaming being a symbolic function of our psyche, and like reality being reality and dream being a dream, like the question, am I dreaming, is, am I writing a book? Am I writing this? Am I in here right now? Right, Lindsay? But like, it's scary to go that deep, so he didn't want to. And so Happyman, I created this character when I was 11 years old because I was bummed out. I was confused. And so Happyman's working with himself. He's noticing that there's a lot of things wrong with the world. And I think when we start noticing that there's a lot wrong with the world, we have to be accountable, because the finger always points both ways. Like, you can't call someone a dick without being a dick.
It's a dick move to call someone else a dick.
Seriously. Then he meets Abraham Lincoln for some reason, which I did this huge painting of Abraham Lincoln. Maybe I'll show y'all sometime.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Not right now, because I'd have to take you through all my pictures, and they're not so cleaned up.
Okay.
But he's kind of drinks the Abraham Lincoln potion, which is honesty. So there's a lot of symbolism in here. And as I'm going to go skip kind of through the next couple of pages, and you'll notice the pages are just dirty. This is real. This is unedited. I didn't want it edited. I wanted you guys to see what I go through, the rawness of the process, so that there's nothing, like, I was doing this in pen. I wasn't. It evolved later to be pencil, or to do in layers, really more professionally, because part of the goal of the book was to become more professional writer and a more professional cartoonist or comic book writer. There's just so much I had to go through in this decision-making process to get there. This is the first instance of color in the book. And it starts hinting to 3D, and then still real dirty. And then he meets this guy named Shifty, which is basically this dishonest part of him who's deceptive, kind of asking him to help him change. And then you see there's a lot of nonsense in here, like this giant robot dog. I still don't know what that means. I'll find out later.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then this page is the first one where Happyman comes in full color.
Woohoo!
And he's starting to understand that happiness has something to do with color, because at the end of the day, I think that Happyman being in this black and white comic was so, like, crappy, that because what the world is always scarier and worse in black and white. Like, we look out the window, the world is in full blooming color. Our perception is in black and white. So then he meets these prisms who start bringing more light into his life, and already the drawings start getting better and better, and he does like a superhero pose, and so he's nailing some of these parts of being heroic, but he's still trying, still not completely happy.
Get them while they're hot.
Get them.
Nice.
Wild.
Welcome back to the show.
Man, it would not be a Discord live event if there was not an audio problem somewhere.
True.
I'm glad it was isolated to you. A couple of weeks ago, we had one where I mean, pretty much everybody was like out of audio, like from the very start. It was kind of amazing. We ended up having so much fun. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'll chime in there, Jim. I agree. In my study of Aristotle, one of the things was this argument that he has about money not being a good in itself. Like money is only good insofar as you can give it to someone else in exchange for something. So money isn't what's good. Money is just sort of an intermediary thing that allows you to get what you want, and the things that you want are what you think is good at that point in time. So like, yeah, speaking of good, I absolutely love these drawings, man. I mean, this is really incredible stuff, and there's kind of like a serendipity element to it. You know, it's like first there's a need, and then the need is met for happiness as we're going through here. And I don't know. I'm really interested in just kind of your thoughts here, Eric, and Jim, and Easy. Like I love it, man. I can't quite digest it all. It's going to take a little time. I think I need to sit with it.
I like they just kept getting better. It was and that was the goal as an artist, is to keep getting better, right? Well, at least for me in my career at this point, the drawings. If I want to tell a story, like my big goal when I was in university was like, I want to be able to direct film one day, and I want to be a director. I think that I have to know how to do everything else on set. And so I worked as a set deck, and I worked as an actor, and I worked as an extra, and um, I had done like I worked in costume and everywhere on set. But I didn't work as a writer, which is what preceded my wish to be a director. And when it comes to wishes too, I think the main deception that we have in society is that we have 3 wishes. Like, we have unlimited wishes. You can spend your whole life wishing. I did these tarot spells. They're subconscious hacks using symbols to influence, just like advertising. Because that's where I got my degree, was in convincing people, in advertising and manipulating people. And I wanted to do that for the good, like for the whole good of society, and not just a company.
Yeah, you want to communicate something important to them. Happiness.
Exactly. And like it wasn't enough for Tupac to be like, we need to change the way we treat each other, we need to change the way we eat. There's so much more to practicing every day and realizing every day that we're beginning, that beginner mentality, and that keeps us humble in our practice, because like at the end, like we want to avoid ego because we're part of everything. Like we're not just one human. We don't exist without each other. We don't exist with, like, we got rocks for teeth and we got water for blood. We got plants for skin. Like we're just a part of this ecosystem.
That's right. That sounds good.
So this is I'm going to take you guys to where this is where Happyman is going through his digital transition. It is very difficult for me to be in two worlds at the same time, because the analog world is different than the digital world. Everything's flat in the digital world. Everything is at this point, like I'm getting into 3D rendering where it's not so flat. But this is where the load is complete and he's in his new world. And he's like, whoa, this place is awesome. And it does kind of a recap in a digital way. So there's a lot more. If anybody wants, I have one of, like, I have this masterpiece behind me. I call it masterpiece because it's my best so far. I can switch to video, and y'all can see that too, and kind of where this style comes from. A house or a fly in a person. I know it's like that can be pretty bad sometimes, but like if I have to make the choice, of course, it's going to be I'm going to choose a person over the fly.
No, but that's really profound, actually. Like because we are all, like, if you look at the ancient teachings and Gnosticism and things like as above, so below, we are all one. And even like the highest metaphysics these days are pointing straight back to that. So that's, that's where it's really at. We are all connected. We are all of the same source.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who's getting the Finny coin?
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Mhm.
Yeah, Erick's still there. I can hear you.
We're
That's
going to
pretty
jib you a
incredible.
gift. All right, is everyone ready? I'm staring at the clock. I'm gonna wait for the minute to turn to 1:23 p.m. and then we're gonna start the 5-minute window for the happiest GIF competition.
Yes, we have up until about noon, and then that's when the next show comes on.
What did Andy just share?
Nice. That's a classic.
All right, the
Look at the
minute has
power of
changed.
that
Let's start with the
stance.
happy gifts. Oh, Johnson Invest with the first one. That dude looks very happy. Like, whoa. Like, all right, we got some Ren and Stimpy action in the house. Oh, that's fantastic. Home Alone.
Get them, drop them, get them happy gifts in. The happier, the better. You could win a $300 Finny coin.
Oh, that is
You
a
could
happy
also
video.
burn to get a Finny.
Oh, these are fantastic. Oh wow, we got Indy bringing up a different take on happiness. I see what you did there, Joe. I like that. I like that. Oh man, we got Tears of Joy. Oh, check out Kermit, man. Kermit looks pretty stoked.
He's getting down.
Drugs.
We had toyed with like having the participants and audience throw up reactions on what they thought was the best one. So maybe we can do that. But I think it comes down ultimately to what makes Erick smile biggest or something.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm reacting to chameleons or chameleons.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through to see where I'm gonna drop my reaction. There's a lot of good stuff in here. I mean, I'm smiling pretty much ear to ear right now, just looking at all these.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Happy gift competition is the best one yet, I think.
Very nice. Oh, dude, and while we're at it, Erick, dude, I have a question for you. I've found with my book about happiness, Bring Back Satire, that going back and reading through that, dude, sometimes if I'm feeling down, will cheer me right up and get me feeling happy again, bro. Do you feel that way about Happyman when you go back and scope them out while we're scoping for the happiest of the gifts?
You're head out and come back, Jim. He's been speaking a bunch.
And the reason I'm here on the show, and the reason I know Easy, the reason I know Lindsay with an E, the reason I know it's Caroline Duh and Robbie, indefatigable.eth, and Dylan, the reason we reconnected, and Jim and Andy and everyone is because of happiness, or because of Happyman. It brought me to you guys. And so it just keeps paying off, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What a like cosmic connection that was made from your youth until literally like now, to have that process build and build and build, and then to have Happyman like a large part of the reason why we're here together today, while we're dropping happy gifts to win this epic NFT coin. Like, so much has been, you know, infused throughout our lives to bring us to this point. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it really is, man. I mean, things are popping off in a hurry around. We're almost to the last of the gift competition, but I do have one thing I want to go ahead and share with everyone, which is that on July the 1st, we're gonna have something really incredible. We're gonna have the version of the marketplace stuff.
We are offering to our Token Smart family the first options to come and get on, beta test, get some stuff out there. So, you know, we would love to see a bunch of people sign up. You know, if you've ever written some poetry or a little short story, or you want to, you know, get involved with the book club and you know, choose your own adventures and that stuff, just hop on over. You know, definitely join the Discord. I'm going to drop the Discord link again right here, and the Twitter, and then there's that form right there that you can also fill out to actually become one of the beta testers.
Shiba Inu looks really happy, man.
I think
how happy that dog is. Just look at it.
Made a decision.
Oh, really?
Drum roll.
Like, it's kind of cool because it's someone who's like just contributed so much to the community, and like she posted all these gifts in here. Each one was like not just one happy gift, but like several, and they were all resonating with me. And so I'm gonna go with my intuition, and I want to give the Finny coin to it's Carolina Duh.
Woohoo!
Like, yeah, Matt called it. All right, way to go, Matt.
Nice.
And where you go, Carolina? Woo!
As a consolation, everybody in the chat who has a Wax account gets a Happyman card today.
Wow. Did you hear that, people? Everybody is getting a Happyman card. So I'm going to grab again the Wax, where you can sign up for Wax. And I'm going to drop that right now, just in case anybody doesn't have a Wax Addy yet. And then I'm going to drop again the where you can paste your Wax address. I think that was nice. Dylan just dropped where you can paste your Wax address. And if you need to make one, just hit the link I dropped, the Wax wallet.wax.io. It's really easy. It'll take you like 10 seconds to make one. Make sure that you put that in your notes somewhere. That's your address. Copy and paste it into the form, and you get something amazing.
Yeah.
And big shout out to It's Carolina Dub, because she is, so many times has put the biggest grin on my face when I see that POAP that, you enter the code and you're like, oh yeah. And then it comes up and you're just like, oh my God, that's such an amazing POAP. It's put countless smiles on countless faces. So I think that's fitting.
When I first got involved in this space, I was like, POAPs, whatever. Like, why would I don't, who cares about POAPs? And then I'm seeing, like, I think it was with one cipher where it was the lights coming down one, and like I hadn't got my flow yet in the space, and then during that cipher I got my flow. I felt like I was in those lights. And
yeah.
like, It's Carolina, duh, what you're doing is art. Seriously, you're bringing so much happiness and joy to our community.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your hard work and your dedication.
That's absolutely lovely.
And the awesome gifts too. It was the Home Alone one that I was like, that's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah. Dude, and I mean, everybody was dropping really great gifts. Like I was going through and just like, oh, this is going to be a tough one to call.
It was
tough. there's a lot of good ones in there. And it was really fun just to see that many like top-notch happy gifts go down. This has been really fun.
Yeah. There's one thing we still haven't it made me very, very just a little.
You're cutting out, Dylan.
You're breaking up. Yeah, I was just gonna
what
say
about
you're
now?
coming in like I think that's better.
Get on the cellular.
It was like every other word there just for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's good to know we're still on Discord. We haven't like switched into another dimension yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
yes,
way better.
nice and clear.
Well, what I was saying is, look, guys, we have done everything that we wanted to do today for the show, and that makes me very happy. But there's one more thing. Does anybody remember what it is? Easy, Eric? Yeah.
I love the one more things.
Yeah.
But I forget what it was. We did a lot today, yeah. Give it to us, though. All
right, guys. Yeah. Let me refresh everyone's memories. It's the Pass the Pin event that's coming up next week in Token.
Oh, yes. The links are in. Yes, boom. There's the link right there. The link is also over in the event links channel, which I'll do the little shortcut to where all these links are from today. The WIPP Publishing Discord, our Twitter, Erick's Twitter, the link to the Happyman Matic on OpenSea, more. There's the Wax Addy setup. There's the Wax Addy where you need to add that so you can get your free drop for the day. And boom, pass the pen. So we are going to have a crazy fun event next week here in Token Smart. We're trying this idea, here first with our favorite family community, and we're not going to give you everything right now, but it is going to be a super cool way to creatively collaborate with the community and come up with something that's going to be, I think, really cool. I think it'll lead to more of these, but everybody who signs up and then comes and takes part is going to also get rewarded with something minted, possibly some physical swag. So you're really going to want to, remember, come back next week, do your sign up. Please follow us on Twitter where you're going to be getting updates on all this stuff. And, join the Discord as well.
Yeah, throw us some TikTok links, Jimmy. We love your videos. We love your voice. We love the things you have to say.
If you have not, yeah, if you have not checked out the YouTube, that I also just dropped over an event link, so it'll be there for you, easy to find. And we also got it here in the chat. But some really phenomenal just hangout sessions, interviews, whatever you want to call them. Jim is like Dylan said, we love his voice. He's got just a great like narrator voice, and it carries. You know, it really comes through in the conversations, the deep thought that goes into like these questions, and it's really great content. So I urge you to go over and give a follow, and then, you know, just at least, you know, be like, oh, I want to listen to Dylan and Jim talk, or Easy and Jim, or Eric and Jim. And there's a lot of other great writers and crypto people and Pizza DAO people. So go check it out, give a follow. I'm sure you're going to enjoy your time.
Oh my God, there's one last thing.
Holy cow.
There's always going to be one more thing, I guess. But I totally forgot, Token Smart. I'm so sorry to have spaced. We have a new show at the WIPP Publishing Discord server, and I'm the host of it. It's called Epic Dylan's Crypto Chat. It happens on Mondays and Fridays at 2 p.m. And the idea is that we're promoting the book Crypto, which myself, Jim, Eric, and Magmaster all collaborated to produce. And basically what we do on the show is we talk about current events in cryptocurrency. We talk about everything from NFTs to token prices to geopolitical events that are reshaping the way that we live in the world and the way that we express ourselves and the way that we get through our lives. And essentially, at the end of the day, what we're talking about is nothing short of a new economy that's rising up around Bitcoin and around Ethereum and around Wax and Polygon and Cosmos and all the other amazing technology companies and teams and developer groups that are literally changing the way that we handle money and the way that we handle life. So I am so excited to be involved with that. And I just want to take a minute to invite everybody over to the WIPPy server Mondays and Fridays at 2 p.m. I can't believe I almost forgot to say that.
And it's, you know, we had a great one fired up this week, and it was, you know, it was short and sweet. You don't have to like dedicate hours of your time. It's not going to go all day. You just come over and hang out and get some current event info and just, you know, have a good time at the same time.
That's right. We're trying to keep it short. We're trying to keep it to 20, 25 minutes tops. So it just takes a little bit. And I mean, we had a great conversation on our first show on Monday. So please come over and show us some love, hang out. And I mean, if you got questions about crypto or stuff like that, I mean, we like to take questions from the chat and stuff over there too. So it's just a really good time. And it's only the first of the WIPPy shows that we're going to be doing to help promote our authors.
Oh, yeah. Indeed.
And we don't bite.
And we skimmed over it a little bit, but before we close out, because that sounded like an all right closeout from Dylan. But Dylan was the only one that got to ask a question. Does anyone in the audience want to ask a question about Happyman?
Yeah.
I don't feel like we really gave you a chance.
Yeah, and we have, you know, we still have a little bit of time. So let's get a question from the audience. What do you guys, somebody must have a question about this incredible journey. What makes
everybody knows how much I love question gifts too. So
what was that question?
What makes Happyman sad?
Boom. Good question.
Okay. I think that Happyman occasionally gets sad because that's part of being happy. Like anytime before a big breakthrough, there's always a period of reflection, and that reflection can be a really somber time. Like if you're not low key reflecting, I don't think there's any way to party reflect. There's no way to get really amped about reflection. So to analyze what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, we got to feel emotional about what we're selling ourselves. And so like he gets really upset when someone tells him that he's never gonna get to this place called worthy, which is what his journey is about. So I think that like he gets and I'm saying he, like, it's not me. It like feeling like he's not doing enough. Feeling like what he's contributing isn't worthy for people to see it or to be a part of it. That definitely makes me unhappy, but it still motivates me. And happy man, me as happy. I'm like Tony Stark right now, going, "I am the happy man." Um,
No, that's right though, and that, I mean, shit, that would make me sad too, man. Like if somebody told me I would never be worthy, like, yeah, I'd be totally bummed. Like, have we got any other questions? That's a bunch of them. Lindsay
Good
asked
question.
if there's no such thing, if you were only one thing, does it exist? I'm not sure what that means.
That is a deep
Deep
philosophical
thinker,
question,
yeah.
but things can't exist without other things. Basically,
Yeah, that's why we say it's all one. That
yeah, it's everything's unified. Like
that's a unity.
we couldn't
Unity!
exist without like iridium on the chemical table. Like our universe would collapse because all of the spaces in between everything are filled with something.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because it made me think of that Chappelle Show skit with the ring that says "Unity," and he punched.
The universe has deep pockets.
The universe is a baller.
Yeah, seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
I'm not familiar with the Uplift project. Morton, Matt, can you drop a link for us? Because it sounds relevant.
There's Uplift Art and Uplift World.
Lindsay, good question.
Yeah, Lindsay brought a fire question. Woo!
Okay, so there's a trade-off.
Wait, let me ask you the question, Eric. Let me ask you the question so everybody can hear.
Okay.
Do you prefer making physical or digital art primarily, and why?
It's I'm one. There's no preference. Just kidding. Okay, so there's a trade-off, and the trade-off is the use of physical resources. So like I spent 15 years of my career just busting my ass. I put digital art completely aside while it could evolve so that I could evolve as a physical artist. I like that I can attract things without designing things in physical art. I can draw a line and be that line as soon as I draw that line. Whereas digital art, I can I have to be in a very particular space to draw a line and be that line as I draw it. So there's so many differences. I love it all. Physical art is really messy. Digital art, super duper clean. And I love the messiness and I love the cleanness. I don't like that I have to use so many chemicals in physical art to make something beautiful. And I don't like that it's really, really, yeah, expensive to buy the canvas, to buy the wood for the canvas, to make the canvas, to like I, physical art there, to my exploration, it doesn't have the same application purposes. So like there's like design where you create something that's pretty in a room, and there's art where you create something that's a profound experience for all of us on the planet. um I could literally go on about this for hours. uh I would like I think that there's limitations in physical art, and there's limitations in digital art, and I like both of them. Okay, so like for physical art, I'm getting into fashion right now, and I'm starting to sew and design my own stuff. That was a perfect GIF trash lights. Um, and I like that I'm expanding into they're happening simultaneously, that I'm expanding into a 3D universe. Like if you go to my OpenSea, you can see that there's like a supremely enlightened bored ape, and it's a 3D drawing. I like that I can do motion stuff with way less expense um, in the digital environment. I like that I can, create posters, and on the digital end, I can provide something for like all my friends. Whereas, and this is the primary thing. Thanks for letting me get through all of this, talking to myself to try to figure out your question. Is that with physical art, I get one client. With digital art, I get the world. And there's a
Boom. All
and
right.
while I like the physical client that I can trade a painting for, hotels, or like a hotel stay, or cash to, get like a new water pump, or like redo the electric on my house or something. There's that big lump sum, and I think that digital art's going to change that. Whereas, and then when people start buying my NFTs, when I figure out the space, and I can, provide more value to everyone, I think I'll probably end up doing less physical art, because my generation right now is digital.
Oh yeah. Well, and I love the way that the digital makes it possible to connect with a larger audience. But there's another question. Johnson Invest has asked, is being happy a goal? And I think that's a really important question. What do you think? Is it a goal?
I think it's a
Always.
goal, and we touched on this earlier in the show. I think it's a practice that you practice being happy. You find certain things like over the course of my life, because I was a really sad kid, because I think I was a smart kid, and we probably got a lot of smart kids in the audience today that can relate to not feeling a part of this super popular vapid community, that bases their joy in what everybody else is doing, and we have deeper questions. Uh, like I think that, yeah, you got to practice being happy if your goal is to be happy. You can make the goal for sure, but goals have time frames. Like you can't say I'm gonna be happy by June, and then be happy by June. Like you have to be happy right now in order to and do things that are going to make you happy right now, and everything you can right now, like breathing, meditation, yoga, taking time to feel yourself,
Listening to the birds. It sounds like being present. To be aware of what it takes to make you happy is a component of this.
Yeah, birds are a big part of it. Smiling in the mirror. People that smile more tend to be more happy. You look at statistics. Posturing, your body. I found this so huge because like my whole 20s, I felt like I was hunched down. And then when I'm like, when I put on a different shirt or something, I'm like, wow, you have really bad posture. Maybe that's affecting you. And it does. Everything that you do is affecting you. When you put your hands up to ask a question, listen for the answer, and pay attention to everything that your body's telling you, because at the end of the day, that's going to be your cue. And Matt, not if you hold your cell phone above your head. There's hunching, and then there's engagement hunching. Maybe there's difference. I don't know. What do you think?
I think we could talk about this quite a bit, and I think that maybe that is a sign that we should do a show in the Whippy Discord around Happyman on like maybe a weekly basis.
Oh, that sounds
not to put you on the spot.
That would be great, because also another thing that goes to, is happiness a goal, is it should be, but in general in society it's not a focus, which you would think that would be one of the major focuses, to be a happy person as well as productive and many other things. But the focus is mostly on cutthroat wealth grabbing, versus like actually being happy.
So
we get
this
is a great idea for a show.
Side of it, we have to come back and put the practice in to being present and to. I mean, wouldn't you say, Eric? It's about the practice. It just has to be.
What we're fed on on media is just like, dude, it's not human. You got to realize that everything on the screen is if it's contrived, if it's rehearsed, like it's fake. And like I think that we don't transactional relationships aren't necessarily a bad thing. That paying attention, like purely living a lifestyle purely based on transactional relationships, is detrimental. You will pay the price for it. But like, I would have never had I wouldn't have a reason to talk to my neighbor across the street if if that family didn't want to trade some art for the lawnmower that I needed to mow my lawn. Like that's beautiful. And then realizing that wealth isn't the problem, that greed is the problem. Wealth is a good thing. Having things that you need is fundamental to thriving in the world. Being greedy and creating tax loopholes so that your friends can eat expensive horses or elephants, or go on like just these hedonistic total alpha predator rampages all over the planet, and take full advantage of the economic table. That's bad. But our relationships between our neighbors, I think that when we can exchange something, that we're not just exchanging a thing, like we're exchanging a feeling.
Yeah. And right. It's also reinforcing that you're not happy now. So if you start telling yourself, actually, I am happy. And you're smiling in the mirror and you're doing things, even to trick yourself into it at first on a bad day. Like you could just say, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, do some deep breathing, smile a bunch. And those chemicals that are aligned with being happy will start releasing into your body, right? So by saying happiness is a goal, maybe I'll get there in a year, you're putting yourself in a bad place for the next year. Mm.
I mentioned in the chat, like there's four chemicals that we're naturally addicted to, and you have to get your fill of these every single day. Your serotonin, which is a social chemical, it tells you where you're at on the totem pole. The epinephrine is, I think that's like runner's high. Someone pinches you, you feel something, your epinephrine levels increase. Oxytocin, I think, is the most interesting one, because oxytocin dictates that if someone does like if there's a bum on the street and someone gives the bum money, their oxytocin levels increase. So it's like this social chemical of benevolence. But what's interesting about oxytocin is that if someone sees someone else give the bum money, their oxytocin levels increase too. Everybody benefits from oxytocin. And then dopamine, which is obviously like sugar and stimulation, weed. If you smoke, I smoke a little bit of chronic, which I'm, trying to ease off of. I feel like I smoke chronic when I'm going through it, and eventually I'm not going to be smoking chronic anymore.
There you go. We have, I think we announced everything. Now, remember, if I was in the audience, I would go to this, what I'm dropping right now. That is event links. That has all the things, all the forms and all the links. And yeah, we're just about to wrap up here. We got another show coming. I believe it's is it a Rara event? I think so. A Rara? Yeah, Rara Social. So this is big comic art auction. Going to be really cool. I'm going to unfortunately have to have 1 ear on that and 1 ear in a call that I have starting in 2 minutes. But this was a phenomenal show. I'm actually really glad that we had some extra time, because this felt like very just a very real and valuable conversation with everybody here. Not to mention the dope drops that you're getting by putting your wax address in the form, and the amazing Finny coin that it's Carolina Duh one, and all the other great news about all of you guys joining our Discord for Erick's show and the new Happy Talk show. Oh, Happy Hour with Erick Stow.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that's pretty good, huh? I sometimes come up with names. So yeah, this has been freaking phenomenal, really. Just really great time. The time just flew by. I'm surprised we've been on as long as we have, because it feels like it was just like we just got on and started having fun.
I second that 100%, man. This has been this show made me so happy.
Totally. We got our oxytocins.
All right, Token Smart. We'll be seeing you here in about a week. Woo!
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming out. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for letting me talk about my book.
Next week is our super awesome, amazing Pass the Pen, which we haven't told everybody exactly what it is. but they know enough to get involved and sign up on the sheet. And we can now move down to the rah social auction, as that starts in a little under a minute.
Lovely. Everybody have a great week. If we don't see you at the WIPP Discord for our different shows, thank you so much. Bye.
Peace, love, and
Thanks all. Have a great one.
Whippy.
yeah.